time to explore. On the boat 123, we visit the amazing amphitheatre that seats nearly 12,000 people at Myra. We also visit the cave tombs. This is an outstandingly beautiful place, even though it was full of dead people. We have lunch out, and David murders a perfectly innocent bread. It's balloon bread, a Turkish delicacy. And at the suggestion of our guide, we go to a very special museum where we go underground. Enjoy the video. Road trip! They're pecking away at that mountain up there. I think they're making a road. They've had 3 of those peckers going away on a 360 excavators for about 2 weeks now.
At 9:30 we all met at the Marina Gate and climbed aboard our air-conditioned tour bus.
But anyway, today I get your program. You wanna go first Myra, and we will see some rock tombs and Myra's theater. Then we will go St. Nicholas Church. After then we will go our lunch. But I offer Miss Maggie to another place. It's very close to Myra, 6 or 5 kilometers far from the Myra, but you have good opportunity because you have vehicles like this bus and 1 guide. And it's a really nice museum, and you can spend maybe 1.5 hours over there. But you must see there, because of you are also sailing, you are also sailman, and then this part is very important for the sailman in Antik period.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. That's why I think we are going Mr. St. Nicholas. Yes. St. Nicholas, yes.
The 28-kilometre or so drive along the coast road revealed some stunning vistas. Beautifully made up roads. Absolutely gorgeous. There was a promise of rain, but it never happened. These wonderful twisty, windy roads would have been absolutely fabulous if we still had a motorbike. Motorcyclists out there, Turkey is a biker's paradise. Get your bike over here. We drove round the outside of the lagoon at Bay Melek, and it wasn't long before we were at Myra, where we were able to apply for our museum passes.
Museum card?
Hey, museum cards. So 60 lira each. That gives us entry to all the museums, virtually all the museums.
Apart from private ones, yeah.
Apart private ones. Well, that's a bargain.
It is.
Unfortunately again, no drone, but apparently our guide has said that you can apply to the local authority to get permission. So perhaps that's something we might do. This would make absolutely beautiful drone footage. What a wonderful, wonderful place. Amazing.
you look at the rock tombs, it was their house style. They just make their house style in their graves because they believe that they will come again in the world. In that time also they will use their own home. And Myrtle. And the Medusa, you know, her head.
So with special permission we've been allowed to come up the stairs and into the amphitheatre this way, because it's a bit flooded down there. So something you won't see normally.
How we can divide it some architectural style. For example, for the Hellenistic theater, they have single shape of orchestra. Where is orchestra? That's in the middle. This is orchestra.
This amphitheatre seats nearly 12,000 people. Some historians and archaeologists calculate that there could have been a population of some 44,000 people within the town at its peak. This type of stone weighs about 2.5 tonnes per cubic metre. That means that each one of these seating positions is over half a tonne of stone. A quick calculation of the size of some of the larger stones would mean that they weigh 4 or 5 tonnes. Something I wanted to point out, if you hadn't already seen it, was that the lower stones are quite a lot lighter in colour, and the soil around the amphitheatre is 30 to 40 feet high. It was buried by alluvial soil, and so everything you see that's light has been dug out.
After leaving the tombs and the amphitheatre, it was just a short drive into the town to the Church of St Nicholas.
The church was built in AD 520 on the foundations of an older Christian church, where St Nicholas had served as a bishop. Justinian I contributed to the reconstruction. It is noted for its remarkable wall frescoes and its architectural and religious significance. Over time, the church was flooded and filled with silt. In 1862 it was restored by the Russian Emperor Nicholas I, who added a tower and made other changes to its Byzantine architecture. The church continued to function until its final abandonment by the Eastern Orthodox Church in 1923, when the remaining Greeks of Demir were required to leave by the population exchange between Greece and Turkey. The Christian Bishop of Myra is an important religious figure for Eastern Orthodox Christians and Roman Catholics, and the historical inspiration for Santa Claus or St Nicholas. On the day that we visited, there was a ceremony going on, an Orthodox ceremony giving blessings to those who were travelling to Bethlehem on pilgrimage. Oh, well done. That's amazing. Wow. He must have been in a hurry to get out, look. That is. After visiting the church, it was time for a traditional Turkish meal. And boy, was it good. Go on then.
Ready? Steam.
For one terrible moment, I thought that was coriander. Apparently, it is coriander.
Likya Uygarlıkları Müzesi.
Or as we say, Lycian's Civilization Museum. After lunch, we travelled a few miles south and west to this new museum, or relatively new museum. So our third sight of the day, this one was a surprise, but just we pulled into the car park, those clouds over the mountain caught my eyes. Really picture postcard. I have to try and zoom in the edit, so you see it better. This is a new museum, it's only been here since 2012. Let's go and have a look inside. During the occupation of Anatolia by the Italians in 1919, the archaeologists who came with the occupation forces began to collect ancient artifacts they found by visiting the region and transporting them to the Italian consulate. At the time, high school teacher Suleiman Fikri Erten, who was interested in history of Anatolia and loved archaeology, opposed these actions by the Italians, who had claimed that they were collecting historical artifacts in the name of civilization. He laid the first foundation for the Anatolia Museum by arranging for artifacts to be stored in a local mosque. Later, when the Italians withdrew from Anatolia, they brought their works to the small museum. After 1937, Yeri Myra Mosque was used as a museum. Here the remains of the ancient civilizations found at the excavations in the region were unearthed and exhibited.
Or dark. And the purple is very important colors. If you look to the antiquity, the royal family can wear it only. Or if you look to some Christian frescoes, also you can see some important religious people can wear on it. It was very expensive because it was too much time and too much spent time. And in here, and Aperlai, the other side of the Kekova, maybe you heard the name of Aperlai. One town, but a small town. But usually they just carry to here, and also the other one is Paselis, just on the way to Antalya. Cistern, just down. We can go from there, from inside. There are two wheels. They can take the water from down to up. They are carrying to the ship, to the boat, because the boat are coming to here. They need the fresh water, and they need some bread or something like this. But if we can go down, it will be a very big surprise for everybody.
I've just got my sunnies on.
This underground cistern is approximately 20 metres by 50 metres by 5 metres deep. Consequently, a little bit of maths tells you that when full, it could hold something like 50 million litres of fresh water.
It's actually a sump underneath the wellhead.
Yeah.
So when the bucket goes down it...
Yeah, for the head of water.
Amazing.
Brilliant engineering.
Yes, the Roman.
Yes,
The Roman is perfect. The Roman is perfect. They are useful tools. And they are really strong tools.
Anton, we might need your help here. We can't work out whether that's Hellenic or...
These are original stations. We found that this station was original.
I think it's electrical. Oh, do you?
This part of the museum is all undercover. It was constructed, or reconstructed, using the original Roman granary and is divided up into sections with over 15,000 artefacts on show.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder.
Yeah, David, you wanted a ship spell?
How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's grey outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
There were flamingos out there earlier.
How come the trees gets undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes. Until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
Coins from 30 BC to 395 AD. Here, Caroline. David tried to palm me off with a couple of them the other day out of his wallet.
Some poor bloke chisels out an invoice and then somebody makes a cancellation on part of the order. Typical.
Anthony, we might need your help here. We can't work out whether that's Hellenic or...
These are original stations. We found that this station was original. We
I think it's an electric. Oh, do you?
Clean, only clean.
Oh, from the Electra era. Yes. Probably General Electric.
The General Electric,
That's from the General Electric period.
Yeah.
Look at this. Did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah.
There's a cistern in Houston. They built it, I forgot when they built it, but it only lasted 60 years and they had to condemn it because it was leaking so bad.
And this one's 2,000 years old.
Unbelievable. Because this place has got one thing that Houston doesn't.
What's that?
Rock.
Yeah.
Houston's built on clay.
Wow.
Still, look at that. I can't tell if that's...
Some kind of sort of stucco over the top.
I can't figure out what that is. It's clearly a fly. I guess the surrounding.
Oh, it's the same there, isn't it? Look, you can see where it's...
Because we learned that in Pompeii. Pompeii wasn't built by the Romans. It's built by the Greeks. But then the Romans came in and did their thing. You need your pencil, your rubber, your stationery from the museum shop. In the UK, when you've been through the attraction or whatever, you go to the shop and it's full of little bits of stationery for the children and a rubber and a pencil. And here they have these beautiful bowls.
Wow.
Go with my residency card.
You get into
I can go into all the museums for free for the next year.
Perfect.
For 60 Turkish lira, about £5. Fantastic value. Stop Turkish.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video of our road trip.
Yeah, it was good fun. We only showed in the video, bits of what we saw. All three of those places are absolutely a must go and see, aren't they?
If you come to Turkey.
The amphitheatre and the caves, the colossal size of the amphitheatre, built basically by hand and primitive machinery. It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And going to Father Christmas Church, St Nick's, the frescoes and the paintings,
Just
really
amazing.
vibrant colours, weren't they? And then finally, the Sailors Museum, as he called it, a whole...
It's huge, absolutely huge.
Yeah.
We was only there an hour and a half, so we just didn't see a third of it even.
Yeah, and it's a walk around museum.
And we will go back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a walk around museum. It's huge. You can walk around all the exhibits. You can walk down to the boat, and there's a wooden crane there representing what they used to lift the stuff off of boats with. I just 2 bathhouses, a Christian church,
we didn't even see those, did we?
We didn't see the Christian church. It was at the far end, and we didn't see the synagogue, which was at the far end. Yeah. So, and all of this stuff going back just thousands of years, it blows your mind. It really does. We thoroughly enjoyed our day out, but we owe it to Maggie and Colin, who organised the whole trip. So Maggie, if you're watching,
thanks
very much. It was brilliant, and we thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did.
And of course, being out with our